Hey peeps, I am so excited today because we're doing an unboxing for a deck pre-order I did as soon as I heard that Lennox Rees of Ivy Lie was putting out a special edition of Coastal Curiosities. You guys know I pre-ordered. This is one of my favorite decks. It's a deeply emotional, nostalgic deck for me. And I'm excited to have a new interpretation, a new perspective, a new facet on the deck itself. So I did pre-order the deck, and I also purchased the Specimen pack. I will put the information for Lennox website and their Instagram page in the description box down below. And if the deck is available for general purchase, I will also put that link in the description box for you too, in case you want to purchase these for yourself. If you are also wanting to check out Lennox Rees' other decks available for purchase, I would highly encourage you to. Their decks are absolutely incredible, deeply unique. One of my top four deck creators currently, especially those creating indie decks. So it came wrapped beautifully like this. And I also had, there was also a gorgeous card and Lennox general business card as well. So this beautiful paper, which I'm actually going to save because my Patreon peeps and I are going to be collaging my new journal together. And so I am going to save this to use in some of the collage work there, because I actually found for my next journal, the color is going to work perfectly with this paper. So I'm just trying to like very, very gently here unwrap it so as not to wreck it. Okay, so this is the Naturalist edition. This is like a nice rose petal velour. And then it says Coastal Curiosities here, Naturalist edition. And this is the first edition. It says that on the back. And the description says, wander through 54 linen cards filled with cozy worlds of cherished creatures and antique trinkets inspired by the rainy woodland coast of the Pacific Northwest. Reflect on the messages in the 144-page guidebook and find inspiration in the flora and fauna for creativity and inner cultivation. Unlock the possibilities from the dense forest to the deep ocean. So now, just for reference, I just realized that I forgot to grab my full-size edition. I grabbed the pocket edition, but not the full size. So give me one moment. So just so that you can see the difference here, this is the original. Well, this was a second edition. This was my original copy, a second edition. And then this is the Naturalist edition. Difference in the boxes for sure. Slightly different verbiage in the back, but still pretty much holding the same theme here. And then as far as the imagery, cardstock feels the same to me. At least I haven't pulled the holder off of this, but feels very, very similar. And so here's the difference. This is the Naturalist edition. This is the second edition of the original Coastal Curiosities deck. You've got some nice like matte, I don't know, is that a matte edging? I feel like it's a matte sprayed edge. This is just there's no matte sprayed edging on this. Okay, and then as far as the difference in the imagery, you can tell, we'll get into some compare and contrast. I'm not going to go through and do every single one, guys, but I will give you some compare and contrast there for the original. So this is the inside of the Naturalist edition box, is really, really beautiful. That's new. Yep, the inside of my second edition is plain. And then the guidebooks also slightly different look. So this is the Naturalist edition. Ooh, it's got like, ooh, oh, I like that. It's like it's that rose petal velour, but it's got a texture to it. It looks like an old book. And then this is the second edition of the original here. So slightly different size. The guidebook to this is really, really great. I highly encourage working with the guidebook. Okay, so definitely different in its look. There's a subject and impression section, and then the analysis and observation section, which I think in the original we have analysis and observation. Not as much in the original. You can see I've taken notes here. This is how the original looks. But then in the Naturalist edition, we have this, it's a little more easy to access specific meanings. So we have that there. And then she does have some card spreads at the beginning. And it looks like she discusses ways to work with the deck outside of just a straight up divinatory spread, which is really nice. And then she also shares the differences in the edition. So this is the first edition, which I do not have. Second edition, I have these two, and now I have this third one. I'd love to find that one someday. Let's see, is there anything else that I need to share from the guidebook? I don't believe so. So, but I do really want to encourage you in any of the editions that you get of this to work with the guidebook, because there are these little nuggets that Lenox includes that really like give you another outlook, another way into the card, particularly working with the spirit animal or ephemera magic with each card. Okay, so we're going to pull the plastic sleeve off. Oh my God, I'm so excited for this, guys. I could not wait. I was like trying so hard to be patient about this. I love the feel of these decks. Oh, it feels amazing. It feels so good. It's going to be great when it breaks in. Okay, so I'm going to go through and then I will do a little compare and contrast, and we'll do a quick card pull. So I can see right away that the images are a bit like bigger. There's less open space. And that's cool because it does give you a slightly different feel than the earlier edition. So it's an invitation, I think, to work with the deck in a different way. Yeah, it feels different. Oh my God. Oh, one of my favorite cards. I just like, I get really emotional in like a really beautiful way when I work with this deck, anytime, in any of its various incarnations. Yeah, it's really, really special. It's really special. And I am perhaps soon making a commitment for a serpent tattoo on my arm. And so this image is going to be one of my references. Thank you, Lenox. We will not, I will, of course, not steal, but just a reference point. It's so beautiful. I love that one. I love the depth card too. Develop card is so beautiful. Oh, this deck is so special. So I really like to work with this one. I love this. I really like to work with this one for meditative purposes, for nostalgia, from a standpoint of, let me say this the right way. Actually, I will put the link to my original unboxing of this deck in the description box down below, because I have such a powerful emotional connection with this deck in relation to the coastline of Maine and my great-grandmother and my grandmother on my mom's side. And I have really beautiful cathartic emotional releases with this deck, but it's also a really great clarifier to tarot. So outside of my own like really, really personal connection to this deck, there's also, it's a great clarifier to tarot, which is actually why I have the pocket edition always on my working desk, because I can just whip that out, much like the Earthbound Oracle, and I can just get right into clarifying a tarot spread for a client, for myself, for a gathering situation. Like it's very, it's a great, oh, I love this image. Can we just, it's a great deck for that. But like I said, if you work with the guidebook and really get into all the little symbols and the spirit animal energy that Lenox has tapped into for this deck, excuse me, I need to put my necklace back together. You will actually get a lot of extra insight. Like what I find when I do the work with this deck for personal work, look at that card, is that when I step into the symbolism in the little beetles or the small little ephemera shown in the collage work that Lenox talks about in the guidebook, it's another invitation to explore something different. It's another way into the theme of the card title for me. And so I really, really love that. And I think it makes it a unique deck. The artwork is unique. The feel of the deck is unique. And like I said, it always reminds me of the Maine coastline. And my thought with this is like when I saw the option to back the deck on Kickstarter, my thought with this was to work with it much like when you go to the Maine coastline, but if you step off of the waterfront and you move into the woods, like just behind the rocky coastline, there's this magic to the forest there because it's a hardy forest and it's a very old forest. And so I was thinking this deck would be the perspective of the forest, the trees, the creatures that survive so close to the rough coastline, to the weather, to the elements in northern Maine. And so I thought this would be kind of the perspective of that aspect of the coastline, as opposed to my original second edition, which will hold more a space of the coastline itself and the flea markets and the curious little places, the dive bars, and then the raucous spirit of the ocean as she crashes into the coastline of Maine. So I'm looking at these two as like having a conversation. They're different sides of the same conversation and kind of a reflection in that space. So I am overjoyed. I have been waiting and waiting. This deck came in the mail, I think last week, but I was too busy to do an unboxing and record it. So I've been trying to be patient, but it's been so hard. And I'm so happy. I actually saw a buck this morning, Vincent and I, on the way into school. So this is a beautiful affirmation for that. But I'm so excited to work with this one. I really can't wait. And I was really excited to get a chance to unbox it as well. There's just such a well, it's curious, right? I mean, that's in the title, Coastal Curiosities. But there's such like a joy and a lightheartedness to this one. And oh, I love this image. It's so beautiful. If you see those wild roses by the water, there's such a beauty to them, and it's so finite, you know, but they're so hardy at the same time. There's a fragility, but a hardiness. And that's what this reminds me of. So, oh my goodness. It's like, so can we even? No, we can't. We're just in love. I can't even say to you guys, like tonight, when I have my quiet time after Vincent and I have dinner and everything, and it's like chill hour at home, I'm going to be clearing this baby in front of my altar with some Palo Santo. I find that these two, I think this deck will be similar, but definitely my original second edition of Coastal Curiosities is one that really likes Palo Santo and like cedar or any type of, like I have a really great copal from the Salem Witch City Wicks shop, and that I have that in incense form from them. And so I'll probably smoke some of that too, let that smoke up the space and clear the deck. And just enjoy. Oh my God, look at this one. Is this a new one? I don't remember that one. Let's hold that one out. We're going to keep that one out. Let me see. Yeah. So I'm so excited. Can you tell? I'm all over the place. Like I want to talk about everything. I want to dance around. So beautiful. And I love this image as well, of course. We're getting to that time of year here where it's like a lot of the more seasonal birds are getting ready to depart. And so it's like crows and ravens everywhere. We still have some vultures left. They haven't headed down south yet, but all the geese are coming through from Canada because they're going down south. And I've been enjoying listening to the loons the last few mornings because I know that they're going to be headed down south soon too. So that sharp card is a nice, like, I just, there is something beautiful when it's like just the crows and the ravens here in the cold months. And there isn't a lot else that you see for the birds besides the little chickadees and the hardy year-rounders. But there's something to their magic. Oh, look at that one. Withdraw. For some reason, it's looking different to me. I wonder if, let's compare that one too. And then there's the Wonder card. Now, I did get the expansion pack excuse me, the Specimen pack. And hold on, let me just go get my seam ripper. Okay, so taking the plastic off of this is really beautiful. It opens like this. I feel like FDR when he was a kid collecting Specimen. Oh my, okay, so this same backing as the Naturalist edition. So here is the Adrift card. Oh guys, the Boundaries card. Oh my God, Vincent is gonna love this one. The Frighten card, I have to show that to him tonight. Ah, okay, so the Survival card is new. The Risk card, the Survival card, and then the Trapped card. So these were additional cards that I think you can add into your earlier edition if you so desire. And I'm actually glad I have extras because I would like to add them to the others. Even though I'm going to know it's from an updated version, that's okay. I don't mind that. So, oh, nice. And so she includes, this is the Tide Worn expansion, the first Specimen pack. And can I just tell you, you guys don't even know, I like get all of the Memento Mori expansion packs. So I'm here for expansion packs. There are 6 new cards to include within your existing deck. In these cards, you'll discover new creatures and unearthed objects scattered along the river's edge, throughout the forest, and out to the open ocean. So that is really, really cool. So if you don't want to buy the whole deck, but you just want to buy the expansion pack, I believe that Lenox has that for purchase on the website. Again, I will make sure to put that in the description box down below for you. So this is really, really cool though. This is super pretty. Very, very elegant. And yeah, I feel like I'm like FDR as an intrepid young scholar, cataloging all of nature that I see. So let's do a really quick compare and contrast. This is my original. No, you know what? I am wrong about the size. It must be the smaller size for me using the miniature size, the smaller size. Hello, Racine Words. That leaves, I felt like there was more space around the card, so I was incorrect with that. But let's see what we've got here for, I want to compare and contrast the Compassion card. So let me find that. Oh yes, yep, so there is definitely differences. They're not like carbon copy. And in the Naturalist edition, we don't seem to have the element association, which you do in the second edition. These are actually placed in certain elemental associations in the guidebook, but you don't have that here. We have different color, a little bit of a different feel for sure. So there's definitely a difference. You're not getting like the same thing repackaged for sure. Let's see, what about the Withdraw card? Because that one was like really sticking out to me too. So let's see how that one looks different as well. Oh my God, can we just, the Repair card is like, the Repair card's definitely different. All right, so I need Withdraw. I will pause this in a second, guys, if I can't find it fast enough. But there's definitely a difference. It's not, yeah, it's not a knockoff. We got slightly different colors. A little bit of a different feel. And then you have those additional cards as well. So I am very, very happy. I can't wait to clear her and play with her more tonight. But while we are all together, let me just make sure I haven't put my decks back together. I mean, like, you know, mixed them up because I want them separate. While we are together, let's draw a card. This Survival card, I'm kind of obsessed with it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let's, while we're together, do a little draw. So I just want you to think for a moment, just kind of feel into your heart. Just, I want to do a poll that gives you a message of support right now, a message of support for your heart. And we have the Roam card coming forward. So I'm going to read to you the guidebook meaning for Roam. To move or travel without a clear destination or plan. Impressions, admirable companionship and hardiness. The analysis. Sometimes there can be a sensation of guilt when you're a traveler. You gather memories and souvenirs along the trail without looking back to who and what you've left behind. Each pit stop allows you to collect relationships, treasures, and stories. The unexpected partnerships find their way onto your route, and you choose what is allowed to hop on board. It is a privilege to accompany you on the incredible, winding journey. Own your time, gaze around, breathe in what works, and let go of what doesn't. Ready? Go. And here's the observation. The solitary snail roams along every blade of grass and fleck of dirt, carrying an umbrella that serves a functional purpose. An eel tags along for a mysterious adventure. The shell is a keepsake that brings cozy comforts on the long road while passing by the sea fan coral and red coral. So you get a little jumping off point to do some more research on the plant magic here and the spirit animal magic. What I think this card is offering to us is, in our travels, we may be in a state of reflection, deciding certain connections or experiences that we want to let go of, and new stories, new chapters that we want to embrace. And this card's affirming for us that it's all right to let go of something in order to welcome something new in. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this unboxing. I am so excited. Let me know if you're going to purchase this one. Let me know if it's on your list. I'm very, very happy with my investment, Lennox. Another beautiful deck. And I am always so excited when you gift us with another beautiful offering. There's nothing like your decks. So I'm sending each and every one of you oceans of love. You know, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.